Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we'll be talking about the most expensive house in the United States. 220 Central Park South is a residential skyscraper in Midtown Manhattan in New York City, situated along Billionaires Row on the south side of Central Park South between Broadway and 7th Avenue. 220 Central Park South is composed of two sections: a 70-story, 950-foot, 290-meter tower on 58th Street, which is the 17th tallest building in New York City, as well as an 18-story section on Central Park South. 220 Central Park South was designed by Robert A.M. Stern Architects and SLCE Architects, with interiors designed by Thierry Despont. The limestone facade is intended to blend in with other buildings around Central Park. Most of the 118 apartments are duplex apartments, although some of the units have been combined to create larger penthouse or duplex apartments. The building has a porte-cochere, a wine cellar, private dining rooms, and various recreational facilities. Vornado Realty Trust developed the building on the site for a rent-stabilized apartment complex constructed in 1954. While Vornado acquired the existing apartment building in 2005, a lawsuit from the existing building's tenants forced the demolition of the existing structure to be delayed to 2012. Additionally, Vornado had to settle a dispute with Extel, which owned a garage on the site and had expressed concerns that Vornado's structure would block views of Extel's Central Park Tower directly to the south. Robert A.M. Stern's designs were released in early 2014, and plans were approved that March. Work on the base started in 2015, and most exterior work was done by the time the first residents moved into the building in 2018. 220 Central Park South contains some of the most expensive apartments in New York City, with a secretive purchasing process and many anonymous buyers. Two of the building's units have sold for over $100 million, including a $238 million unit purchased by billionaire hedge fund manager Kenneth C. Griffin in 2019, the most expensive home ever sold in the United States to date. 220 Central Park South is in the Midtown Manhattan neighborhood of New York City, just east of Columbus Circle and south of Central Park. It has frontage on 58th Street to the south and Central Park South to the north. In the middle of the city block, bounded by 7th Avenue to the east of the Broadway to the west. The building carries the alternate addresses of 225, 231 West 58th Street. The building sits on an L-shaped site, covering 4 land lots, 3 on West 58th Street, measuring a combined 10,030 square feet, 932 meters square, and a 4th lot between Central Park South and 58th Street, measuring 17,578 square feet, 1,633 meters square. The site has a frontage of 200 feet, 61 meters along 58th Street, and 75 feet, 23 meters along Central Park South, with the Central Park South Wing on the far eastern portion of the site. Nearby buildings on the same block include Gainsborough Studios and 240 Central Park South to the west, as well as 200 Central Park South, the Helen Miller Gold Stable, and the Firehouse of Engine Company 23 to the east. 220 Central Park South is across from the Central Park Tower, the American Fine Arts Society, also known as the Art Students League of the New York Building, and the St. Thomas Choir School, and the Osborne Apartments to the south. The building is close to 2 New York City subway stations, the 57th Street 7th Avenue station, and the NQR and W trains, and the 59th Street Columbus Circle station of the 1A, B, C, and D trains. 220 Central Park South is one of several major developments around 57th Street and Central Park that are collectively dubbed Billionaires Row by the media. Other buildings along Billionaires Row include 432 Park Avenue 5 blocks southeast, 111 West 57th Street, and 157 1 block southeast, and the adjacent Central Park Tower. The previous building at the address 220 Central Park South was a 20-story structure with 125 apartments constructed in 1954. It was developed by the J.H. Taylor Management Corporation and designed by Albert Mayer and Julian Whitsley, all of whom had been involved with the earlier 240 Central Park South. The old 220 Central Park South was erected with a concrete frame and white brick framework and consisted of 2 towers connected by a promenade and garden. Real estate investors, Sara ultimately came to own the old 220 Central Park South. The old building was demolished between 2012 and 2013. The The structure is composed of two sections, a 70-story tower on 58th Street and a shorter 18-story section on Central Park South. The massing of the building is influenced by the two zoning districts that the building occupies. Different height restrictions were determined by the floor area ratios for each respective zoning district. 1/4 of the site is on Central Park South, while the remaining 3/4 of the lot are on 58th Street. The main structure on 58th Street is 952 feet, 290 meters tall, rising 70 stories above the ground. The floor slab of the upper floors measure 53 by 128 feet, 16 by 39 meters, with the longer dimensions extending west to east. And each of the upper floors contains an area of about 7,500 square feet due to its slenderness. The building has been characterized as part of a new breed of New York City, pencil towers. The upper floors rise above the southern section of the site, both because of the light restriction and because the position of the floor slabs would enable all the residence units to face north toward Central Park. During construction, 3 alternatives for the massing and 23 alternatives for the floor slabs were studied. The base of the building includes a smaller section on Central Park South called the Villas. This section is 18 stories tall, with a deep setback above the 6th floor and several smaller setbacks on the upper floors. Portions of the villa's facade contain metal balconies in front of the windows, according to Emporis. The villas stand 274 feet, 84 meters tall. Both sections of the building share a lobby and a 3-story basement. 220 Central Park South has a limestone facade similar to other buildings by Stern, such as 15 Central Park West. The usage of limestone was intended to blend with the more traditional facades of other buildings on Central Park's perimeter. According to Stern, 220 Central Park South's design was to belong to the family of buildings that have framed Central Park for generations. Because 220 Central Park South's height, it was infeasible to use hand-set or precast limestone sections. So the facade was instead designed as a curtain wall with window openings. The facade contains windows with detailed designs as well as a decorative rooftop crown. The villas are also clad with Alabama silver shadow limestone. The 2 wings of 220 Central Park South have a motor court with a porte cochere, where vehicles could drop off and pick up residents and their guests. The building also has a wine cellar, an 82-foot-long, 25-meter saltwater swimming pool, private dining rooms, an athletic club, a juice bar, a library, a basketball court, a golf simulator, and a children's play area. In 2019, Jean-Georges Vaughterichten was selected to operate a resident-only 54-seat restaurant on the 2nd floor. The apartments contain features such as an oak flooring, custom millwork, and marble cladding of the kitchen islands and restrooms. Sources disagree on how many apartments are within the villas section of the building. According to 6 Square Feet, the villas contain 13 condominium units, while according to the New York Times, the villas have 10 condos. Details of the interior designs are scarce. The Wall Street Journal reported in late 2018 that the building's developer, Fernalo, refuses to publish renderings of the apartment interiors. Some of the upper floors are designed so that they contain a single unit on each floor, or units, spanning multiple floors. Some of the units have been combined to create larger penthouse or duplex apartments. For example, Fernando created a 4-story mega condo by combining the 11,000 square foot, 1,000 meters squared duplex of the 50th and 51st floors with 3 units on the 52nd and 53rd floors. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Goodbye.